Hello, welcome back to IT Landy. This time we will be talking about Azure B2C in basically high level, and then we will deep dive into it at later courses. Again, Azure Active Directory, BTC, business to consumer. Agenda for this session is basically intro, workshop, description, goal, page customization, claim, app integration, user migration, and so on. Again, this is in high level. What is the identity goal? What are the goals of the Azure AD B2C for the organization? Scalability, reliability, cost, etc. Okay, these are the questions we need to ask before we start consuming B2C. What type of application will utilize B2C? Is it new application? Is it custom? Is it operation, support, system, content management? How many application will likely use B2C and what are they? These are the questions we will need to capture around, the identity. In addition to that, what type of users will be using B2C? External, federated, non-federated, and so on. What is the drive behind moving to B2C? Business to consumer. Are there any capabilities you feel we will need Azure AD B2C, which it doesn't support, like they keep improving Microsoft, but doesn't mean it fulfill all our requirements. Now, this is around identity. What else I need to capture when I'm talking about, understand the requirements? I need to know the application description, app name, users, functionality. What else do I need to know about it? I need to know the security, regularity requirements, support, and administrating. These are the crucial parts. Now I go back and I capture what other approaches I can utilize. Now I've captured the identity, I've captured the application description. Now I need to know where are the users currently stored? Is it SQL database? Is it AD? It's an LDAP. I need to capture this information. I need to know how many applications will utilize the same user store as a test application. Also, I need to know how many identity used within the app. Can we personalize? Can we track? And what else do I need? I need to know the unique user identifier. Where does it come from about each application? Does it come from the single source of identity, or I have multi identities? Do we use FIM? Do we use something equivalent to that one? Do we build it through like custom application and so on? Also, like a walkthrough of a user registration enrollment sign up process. It's an app, you click on the application. What is the journey here? Is it possible that different classes of users using different system for sign up page, for workflow, so stuff like that? I need to know how the application is behaving. Same thing apply to the login process. I need to know what will happen. Do I get validated? So the login process need to be captured as well. What else do I need to know? I need to know the log off as well. User when they log off, what happened? Do the application need to basically end the session? Do they cache the session? What else do I need to know? Update, profile update. When the user logged off or log in, do they update the profile? What happened? Is it cached? Is it getting stored somewhere? Same thing with the password, Uh, when user forgetting a password, I need to know what is the process, what is required, Do we need to do password reset? Do we allow them to use MFA, multi-factor, security questions? Does that integrate? Is it possible to use different classes of users who use the system? May different using the MFA requirement will be different, What else do I need to know about, the current system? Identity provider. The identity provider will be available for users. Local identity provider, user, email, social provider, Google Social, Facebook. These are the uh, identity provider at the moment are available through the public cloud, which is Azure. If more than one identity provider is selected, user will have to choose between them to use before they sign up. The third-party identity provider, which will basically be driven by the customer's need. Then attribute. What attribute do I need to start thinking on to utilize? The following attribute will be stored in the user profile. The following attribute will be accepted by the external identity provider. The attribute will be sent to what I mean. The takeaway from this one, you need to know what attribute, first name, surname, email address, stuff like that, social provider. You need to know and take into the consideration the policy and furthermore. What else do we need to do with the sign up process, And as we said earlier, sign up, log off, log on. Now we move on to something different. We need to capture not only that, and we need to capture, like we said, like the multi-factor. Now the page customization, what approach, what we need to do, what page will or will not be customized, where custom pages will be stored, who will be responsible for the customization of the pages, like because it's fine to have all of these, but in addition, the sign-in policy, sign-up policy, all of these need to be captured as a part of the B2C. We need to look into this one, user as well as a system. Then we move on to the user migration. Following are the plans for the user migration. What do we need to do? What are these plans we're talking about? Create a new user account, can be optionally tied up to old account, can be mapped. Migration of the user account to Azure AD by PowerShell or combination. Or if you are conducting advanced scenario engagement, with the different teams, you need to basically think about, the method of the migration itself. So we treat it as like a external project, So some of these variables like name and purpose of the attribute verified, attribute to be sent to the verifier, the response of the attribute, the user journey, utilization verifier, and the provider itself. Some of these, we just sort of like start to capture what and how and where and what is it. A quick recap what we need to do when it comes to Azure B2C. We've went through all these questions we need to capture. First of all, identity. Which was the entity provider? Is it on-premise? Is it cloud? Is it LDAP? Is it whatever method? Yeah, it could be stored in a SQL database. It could be stored on a file. I have no idea what is it, but this is what you need to capture. Then the goal of basically the application, the authentication, the authorization. Why do we need to use it? Then I can capture the functionality, the login, log off, customizing the page, who will be customizing that one, how much customization do we need to do, then the password, same thing apply to the password. Do we need to cache? Do we need to allow the user to update profile? What is available by Microsoft at the moment? All of these questions will dictate how we will be using the B2C, business to consumer, uh, within Azure AD. That was the all what I have for you today in a high level, what we need to capture, like from attribute all the way down to, the benefit of using business to consumer, the scenario. Next session, we will cover different aspect of that. Thank you for watching and goodbye for